Have you ever thought of someone out of the blue, only to have them message you moments later? Or walked into a place you've never been yet felt an inexplicable familiarity, like you've stood there before in another time, another version of yourself? We call these moments coincidences, but what if they're not random at all? What if every so-called chance encounter, every déjà vu, every synchronicity is a glimpse into a vast, invisible network, a quantum memory field that records and connects every thought, every life, every possible version of you? Modern science calls it the unified field. Ancient mystics called it the Akashic records. Both point to the same truth. Memory is not confined to the brain. It is woven into the very fabric of existence. In this journey, we'll uncover how your mind is not just a receiver of thoughts, but a transmitter, capable of tuning into a universal database that transcends time and identity. You'll discover how past lives, future selves, and parallel realities are all converging through this shared field of memory, silently shaping the coincidences you call fate. So are you ready to remember who you truly are? Long before quantum physics gave us language for the unseen, ancient civilizations already spoke of a cosmic library, an eternal archive that held the memories of all souls, all worlds, all time. In Vedic philosophy, it was known as the Akasha, the subtle ether where every thought and deed leaves an imprint. Egyptian mystics called it the Book of Life, inscribed not with ink, but with energy. In the Hermetic teachings of ancient Greece and Alexandria, it was described as the Anima Mundi, the soul of the world that remembers everything that ever was and ever will be. The sages of these lost eras didn't see memory as something stored in the human brain. They saw the mind as a lens focusing and decoding information from a greater field that exists beyond space and time. Through ritual, meditation, or divine trance, they learned to access this ocean of memory, receiving visions, prophecies, and wisdom from realms unseen. Today, as quantum science begins to explore the strange dance between consciousness and matter, we find ourselves rediscovering what the ancients always knew, that the universe itself is alive with memory, and that consciousness is its key to remembering. For centuries, we've been taught that memory lives inside the brain, encoded in neurons, synapses, and electrical patterns. But what if this is only the interface, not the source? What if the mind is not the container of memory, but the gateway to it? Imagine your consciousness as a receiver, a finely tuned instrument that can access an infinite broadcast of information. The station you tune into depends on your frequency, your emotions, thoughts, and intentions. The quantum memory field is that broadcast, a vast, unified information network that exists beyond physical form. It's not your personal hard drive, but rather a cosmic internet that connects every living consciousness across space and time. Every experience you've ever had, every life you've ever lived, every choice you might have made, exists as an energetic signature within this field. Your present awareness is simply streaming the version of reality that matches your current vibration. When you shift that vibration through emotion, intention, or awakening, you begin to access data from other timelines, other selves, other lives. This is why déjà vu feels like remembering something you never lived, why intuition seems to know what logic can't explain. It's not coincidence, it's resonance. You are not recalling the past, you are tapping into the field, decoding fragments of the infinite memory that the universe has always held. If the quantum memory field truly surrounds and permeates us, then the question becomes, how do we access it? The answer lies in resonance. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, generates a vibrational frequency. These frequencies act like keys, opening certain doors within the field while leaving others closed. When your mind is restless, scattered, or filled with noise, the signal becomes distorted. But when you enter stillness, whether through meditation, deep focus, or heart-centered awareness, you begin to attune to the subtler frequencies of the field. This is why sudden insights often arrive when the mind is quiet, or why synchronicities multiply when you're aligned with a sense of purpose. You are not creating these moments. They are echoes of the field responding to your state of being. Your intentions are not whispers into empty space. They are commands written into the fabric of reality. The universe doesn't respond to words. It responds to vibration. When your inner world vibrates in harmony with what you seek, you become a living magnet for corresponding experiences. Some call this intuition, others call it divine guidance. But in truth, it is data streaming, your consciousness downloading information, symbols, and synchronicities from the universal archive. And the more you learn to notice these subtle signals, the more the veil thins between thought and manifestation, between imagination and reality, between self and the infinite field that remembers everything you have ever been. Every day, the universe speaks to you through patterns, encounters, and moments that seem to defy logic. You call them coincidences, but they are in fact feedback loops from the quantum memory field, reflecting your inner state into external form. When you think a thought charged with emotion, that energy ripples into the field like a signal sent across a vast ocean. The field, in turn, responds with matching vibrations, events, people, and/or symbols that mirror the frequency you're broadcasting. These are not random accidents, they are orchestrated echoes. Consider them the universe's way of whispering. You're on the right path, a repeated number, a familiar phrase overheard at the perfect moment, a stranger mentioning the very thing you were just contemplating. Each is a breadcrumb leading you toward greater alignment. Your desires shape this orchestration. The clearer your intention, the more coherent the feedback becomes. But if your signal is clouded by doubt or fear, the field returns confusion, a distorted reflection of your uncertainty. To work consciously with synchronicity is to become fluent in this cosmic language. Instead of dismissing these patterns, observe them. Ask what part of you they mirror. Over time, you'll begin to recognize the choreography, the subtle dialogue between your soul and the field. And when you truly listen, reality itself begins to feel like a living conversation, guiding you not through chance, but through design. Once you understand that reality is not random, that it is a conversation between your consciousness and the quantum memory field, you begin to live differently. You move from reacting to life to co-creating it. This is the essence of living in flow. Instead of chasing outcomes or forcing results, you learn to listen, align, and respond. You trust the rhythm of the field, the way it guides you through subtle impulses, synchronicities, and intuitive nudges. Life stops feeling like chaos and starts to feel like choreography. Empowerment arises the moment you realize that every event holds information. Challenges are not punishments. They are memory echoes, patterns asking to be seen, understood, and released. When you meet them with awareness, you rewrite your energetic script and shift timelines. You can cultivate this connection through daily practices that raise your resonance: meditation, breath work, mindful stillness, even gratitude. Each helps you tune to the field's frequency. Over time, synchronicity becomes your navigation system, confirming alignment and revealing opportunities before they appear logically. And as more people awaken to this awareness, humanity begins to function as a collective consciousness, tapping the same field of memory and possibility. This is the next stage of human evolution: conscious participation in the unfolding of reality itself. You are not a bystander in the universe. You are the universe, remembering itself through you. So now, as you pause and reflect, remember this: the coincidences in your life were never accidents. They were whispers, signals from a living field that holds every version of who you've ever been and who you're yet to become. The quantum memory field is not out there, somewhere in the cosmos. It's right here, pulsing within every heartbeat, every breath, every fleeting intuition. It's the bridge between your mind and the vast intelligence that shapes reality itself. When you learn to listen, to truly listen, you begin to notice how reality rearranges itself in response to your awareness. Doors open. People appear. The right words arrive at the perfect time. And you start to sense that life is not a linear path, but a living tapestry, woven by consciousness, guided by remembrance. So the next time synchronicity finds you, pause. Don't dismiss it. Ask, what part of me is calling out from beyond time? Because each coincidence is a reminder. You are both the dreamer and the dream, the memory and the maker, the question and the answer. And perhaps you didn't stumble upon this message by chance. The field remembers you,